Welcome back to Petes Dugout. This is episode 21 of my career mode with Coventry City, and I have to start this video with a thank you. If you haven't noticed, I recently surpassed 100 subscribers on YouTube, and as I've mentioned before, that will seem like nothing to some people, but to me, it means the world, honestly. When I first started uploading to YouTube, I did not expect this many people to enjoy my content. The comments and messages I get from you guys are awesome, and to have reached 100 subs already is so cool to me, so thank you very much. So on with today's episode, and wow, what a tough start to Premier League life we have. We of course started the season with the Community Shield game against Liverpool, and now, in our first game of the season, we go away at the Etihad to play Pep's Man City. Thanks for that one, EA. Going into the game, I was actually quite pleased because the City lineup is still kind of realistic. You can see they've signed Zaha, and I think that's Ricardo Pereira at right back as well. Normally, by the second season, the AI has gone on an absolute wild one. I don't know if anyone caught it back last season in one of my videos, but Barcelona youth superstar Gavi signed for Everton, which, no disrespect to Everton, is absolutely absurd. That's the one downside to FIFA career mode, especially when you try to keep it realistic. The AI just don't follow suit at all, and you end up with some really strange teams, but even so, that's not going to stop me from keeping this Sky Blue team as realistic as I can. So we pick up the action here in what was a blistering start for both teams. City took the lead early through KDB, Gyökeres tied the game a few minutes later, and then that man Haaland, the cheat code, put City back into the lead. And the City attack was just relentless, and they kept piling on the pressure. Shortly after Haaland's goal, he plays provider for Mahrez, and what a finish that is from the Algerian with the scissor kick. So 3-1 is the score, and we're only 20 minutes into the game. What a thriller. But honestly, I saw this game as a bit of a free hit. I wasn't expecting to get the win, so I just kept attacking to try and get some chances, and we would be rewarded for that as well, as Stones brings Kim down in the box and the ref points to the spot. Clumsy one from the English international, and Gyökeres, wow, he's absolutely leathered one into the top corner, and I don't think 3 Edisons would have kept that one out. So it's 3-2, and just before the break, we had the chance to tie up the game as well. Bidwell is found in space down the left wing, and he checks back inside. The ball makes its way to Nelson, who crosses, and Gyökeres headers just over the bar. So 3-2 at the break, and what a first half that was. I promise you, I am not trying to be like Bielsa's Leeds team from a few seasons back, where you just go, oh, you've scored 3? We'll just score 4 then. I actually like to be quite solid at the back, and before the window is over, I think we might need to make a sign-in to play alongside Panzo at the back. So second half action now, and City took the lead immediately from kickoff. It's Haaland again, and it's far too easy for Pep's men. That really knocked the wind out of our sails, and it was all one-way traffic after that. Leno did make a fantastic save just after the hour mark to deny Zaha, and with the game all but over, I decided to give league debuts to Bidstrup and Richards. Nelson also making way for Tavsan, and he really struggled today against the champions. We did have one chance with 10 minutes to go, Bidstrup making a positive run through the midfield and finding Hamer, who paces into the box and shoots, but Edison is well positioned to parry away from danger. The City pressure continued all the way to the end of the game, and they finally got their 5th after some work down the right with KDB. He plays an exquisite 1-2 of Mahrez, and that's a really nice goal to end the game. So it finishes 5-2 in the end. Not much to take from that one, but we competed well, and there's still 37 games left. Straight back into the action now though, and it's our first home game back in the Premier League against Aston Villa. Not an easy game by any means, and before we pick up the action here, can we just take a minute to applaud Villa? Not only did they finish 7th to get European football, but they've made 2 potentially great signings in Yuri Tielemans on a free, and David Ornstein has also reported that they've agreed terms with Pau Torres as well, who of course played under Emery at Villarreal. Amazing stuff from Villa, to be fair, and they're a team to watch next season for sure. So we get things going on the defensive end of the pitch, and Blackman makes a key interception on the edge of the box. Good defending there, and he sets Nelson away, and Villa look very vulnerable. The English winger looks up and plays in Gyökeres. He takes 2 touches to set himself up, but Martinez is equal to the shot and puts it behind for a corner. Villa's turn to attack now down the left, and I think that's another area I need to improve in, maybe in the next transfer window. Teams are constantly attacking my right backs, and they are both looking quite exposed at times, but even so, Leno makes an outstanding save from Thuram to keep the game 0-0, but from the resulting corner, Villa play it short through Ramsey, who dribbles into the box. Ronnie Edwards doesn't do enough, and it's Ezri Konsa of all people who's on hand to drive it home to make it 1-0 Villa. The Sky Blues did look to respond immediately though, when Hamer slots Gyökeres through in a dangerous position, but Martinez is there again. The corner is swung in by Hamer though, and there is that infamous connection. Hamer to Big Vic, and we are level, 1-1. And just past the hour mark now, we were on top. Thomas dribbles into midfield and plays a lovely crossfield ball into Gyökeres. The Swedish international ball rolls past Diego Carlos, and he's in. Martinez closes the angle, and you'd bet your house on Gyökeres finishing there. His curling effort goes agonisingly wide, and that takes us to the break tied at 1 apiece. Second half action now then, and wow, Gnabry has gone to Newcastle. I could actually see that one happening, you know. Anyway, Villa look to attack early again down that left-hand side. They play the ball around nicely, and it makes its way to Malinovsky, who places it bottom corner past the outstretched Leno to give Villa the lead once again. But just like the first half, we look to respond straight after conceding. Sheaf and Kim link up in the midfield before releasing to Gyökeres. He drops the shoulder to get past Konsa and uses his pace to get in behind the Villa defence. They desperately try to get back, but it's way too late. Gyökeres makes no mistake, firing home to level the game again. It's 2-2. But we did concede a free kick just past the hour mark, which is initially dealt with by the defenders, but it gets recycled by Villa, and it makes its way to Ramsey, who takes aim from outside the box, but Leno is there to make the save. The resulting corner is played in, and Marcus Thuram heads home. For the third time in the game, Villa take the lead, and we have to respond yet again. But time is running out now, and Villa was still coming forward. They get fortunate with a deflection, and it's a one-on-one. Leno stands his ground though and makes a massive save to keep us in the game. As Sheaf wheels away and starts the break, he plays to Kim, then Gyökeres, and now we're away down the right-hand side. Blackman tries to cross, but Konsa, the goal scorer, is there to put it behind. So 2 quick subs before the corner, with Bidsdrup and Anthony coming on, and Hamer swings in another corner, and it's the same result. Hamer to Gyökeres, and would you believe it? Coventry are level again. Gyökeres earns his hat-trick with his second headed goal of the game, and that's how it would finish, 3-3. Another high-scoring game, and I definitely need to look to the transfer market for a defensive anchor. So, as we approach the last game of the episode, we also swap competitions. It's the Carabao Cup, and we're at home hosting Birmingham City. I made 11 changes in this one, as we simply just don't have the resources to compete in all 4 competitions this year. So, it's quite literally the B team, and I don't mind that at all. Hopefully, it gives the young players a chance to prove themselves, and maybe get a few goals, and hopefully they can then become in my consideration for games going forwards. So this was a slow-paced game, but not too surprising considering the drop in quality from the starting lineup, and it's actually Birmingham who got the first chance of the game. Cosgrove with the early effort, crashing off the post with Ronin beaten, and that's an early warning sign for the youngsters. 10 minutes to go before the break, and we finally woke up. Bidwell plays to Anthony in his first start for the Sky Blues, and he plays in the energetic Colwill. He looks up and spots Walton bursting into the box. The youngster sets himself, and bang, it's 1-0 Coventry. A lovely team goal just before the break. But Birmingham had time to respond before half-time, and they attack down the right. Williams and Strick play a 1-2 before finding Hogan in the box. His first effort is saved brilliantly by Ronin, but the rebound pops straight back up to Hogan, and he taps into the empty net. It's really unlucky on the Swedish goalkeeper, but it's 1-1 at the break. Second half action now, and we started strong. Anthony anticipates the turn from Williams, and he steals the ball from him. Walton is quick to respond and breaks into the box. He's played through on goal and smashes it past Etheridge to give Coventry the lead once more. And following a Birmingham corner, we clear our lines through Tavsan. The speedy winger calmly takes a touch in the box and powers through the gears towards the Birmingham half. He spots Walton making his way forward again, and the youngster had timed his run so well today. He holds his nerve, dribbles into the box and buries it. It's a hat-trick for Luke Walton, and I absolutely love him. He's staying with this team for the duration of the save. I don't care about potential tags or anything like that. He is staying. Birmingham would get themselves another goal before half-time, before full-time I should say, and it was a really scrappy one. The ball is played in from the right. Hogan gets past Rose. Gardner tries to chip across in, and the ball ricochets multiple times. Ronin is caught out, and Chong can't believe his luck. He stabs it into the open net, and the ex-Manchester United player makes it 3-2. But thankfully that was how it would end, and Coventry are through to the next round. Walton picks up the match ball, and yeah, like I said, this competition will be strictly for youth development. But even so, straight after the game I had to laugh at this one because Ghent came in with a loan offer for Walton straight after he scores a hat-trick. Coincidence? I think not. So that one was rejected very quickly, but I did decide enough was enough and we needed to make improvements at the back. We've conceded 8 goals in 2 games to start the Premier League season, and that's not good enough. So I did some scouting and settled on Per Schurz, I think is how you say his name, the Dutch centre-back from Torino. He's 6'3", rated 78 overall, with really nice defensive and attacking stats. He will become our club record signing for 20 million, a major upgrade at the back to partner Panzo, and I cannot wait to see them in action. But that's going to do it for another episode of Career Mode on Petes Dugout. Thank you so much for the continued support on the videos. I'm still working on that outro, but I'll be back with another episode featuring a deadline day sign-in very, very soon.